Hello, I'm Anita with beandesigns.com. I'm here to help you create awesome digital scrapbook layouts by sharing my layouts with you as I prepare 52 DigiScrap layouts in 52 weeks using GiMP, which is a Photoshop alternative. This week's layout is a set of 4 photos from the wedding album. The other half of the 2-page spread will be in next week's video. This is next week's, and here is the one we're going to work on today. I am using the most recent version of GIMP at the time of this recording, which is 2.10.18. To get started, I opened a new image and I used the scale tool to get each of the photos the correct size. Each of these photos is 900 pixels wide, and then I maintained the aspect ratio when I did my scale. I also have all of my papers and elements already open here to the right of my layout image, ready to drag and drop them onto my layout. You can do this, get them all set up by clicking and dragging your image from your file explorer and then dragging it and dropping it right here above Wilbur, right above your toolbox here. It says drop image files here to open them, and then they'll open up inside your instance of GIMP. So let us go ahead and drag and drop this paper onto our image as it's opening there. Let's reorder it and put it below all of the photos. And let's go ahead and drag and drop our blue paper onto our image. I'm going to cut this blue paper to be smaller. I'm going to just use it as a mat on the paper. So I'm going to use my crop tool and draw a rectangle on my image. Then I'm going to go to the tool options and I'm going to make the size of my cropped selection to be 3600 wide and 2000 pixels tall. So each time you type in your numbers, you push enter to apply that. And so now I have a selection, 3600 pixels wide, 2000 pixels tall. I'm just going to click inside the selection and it will cut away the outside part. So it crops my image to where I want it to be. And I'm just going to drag this to be here. And I'm now going to drag and drop my stitching, my elements and everything onto my layout. So let's go ahead and just do this. So I'm going to drag and drop one copy of each of the flowers onto our image. We will duplicate and resize those as we work on our layout. So here I reordered all of the photos to be underneath our elements that we just brought in. So using our move tool, we're going to place this lace in a general direction. Then using our scale tool, we're going to resize it and we can grab the center to maneuver it, apply that scale. The next thing we want is the checkered ribbon. So let's pull it over in this area. I want that checkered ribbon to be above the lace. I want to scale it just a little bit and apply. Next, I'm going to work on the blue flower. Let's resize that. and grab it. Still seems a tad bit large. Scale. We're going to duplicate that flower and make it, resize that to make it smaller. And we're going to duplicate it once more. Now we're going to use our move tool and we'll move the duplicated blue here and a duplicated blue over to the bottom left. Since these photo corners are the next item, let's go ahead and drag this left one to the left upper and the right one to the right lower. Now we have a white flower. I want the original, let's make this one smaller, duplicate it, make that one smaller, scale it, duplicate it, make that one smaller. Let's go ahead and move that one over here and scale. Let's take a look and see what we have. So we need, I believe I need one more. Let's duplicate this once for this cluster and then twice for on the bottom left. So let's move this one here and then let's move this one over here. Over on the bottom left, I want that blue flower to be above the white ones. So let's reorder that to where it's above. The next thing would be, I did have stitching on my sample page, which I didn't drag on here. So let me find my stitching and show you how you can drag and drop it into your GIMP instance here. But I have to find it before. Okay, let's drag and drop it. And you'll see that it'll open and then I can grab it and drop it onto our image. Use the move tool and move it up. We're going to duplicate it. Grab that duplicated piece. And we want to put those on the layer palette just above the blue paper. At this point, I would add dimension to my layout. So I'm going to do I duplicated my background layer. I'm going to use the rectangular tool with a feathered and rounded corner. So you'll notice that I didn't add an alpha channel at this point. I actually set up my preferences to add an alpha channel to every image as I open it. If you want to know how to do that for your GIMP, look for my tutorial on 5 ways to customize your GIMP for digital scrapbooking. I'll go through my whole layout and add dimension to everything, add shadows, add inking to the edges of the photo, and here I have my completed version. At this point, I would save this file as the native GIMP file, the XCF, so that I could come back and modify it if I see anything I want to change. Then I would also save it as a JPEG at the high density 300 pixels per inch, and also save it as a reduced file for sharing on social media and to share digitally. I'd like to support you as you're creating your digital scrapbooks and preserving your memories. So I have created free templates that are available for each of the 52 weeks as I create them. They're available over on the website, www.beandesigns.com. Check out there for what you need to do to get those free templates. All of the elements and papers and things that I used in this layout, I'm going to provide information on that in the description box here below. I hope that you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. And if you did, please like it and check out my channel because there are other layout videos as well as tutorials on using GIMP, which is a great Photoshop alternative as your digital scrapbook program. Keep on preserving your memories for future generations through your digital scrapbooking. Bye bye until next week.